Alright, making a video. Strange, yeah. I mean, there's this guy called FederalistFilms or whatever. I don't know shit about him. Except that Coughlin's way up his butt for some reason. And Karina and all these other people. And I don't really get it. The one or two videos I've seen from him, he just sounds like a snarky little petty twat. So it doesn't make much sense to me. So I just ended up watching an Ojama Flipper video, and then I went back and looked at this video, the latest one where he's just ripping at Ben. And yeah, so apparently they've had some argument about some kind of shit, and they pissed each other off, and blah blah blah. But this guy just talks a pile of shit about other people talking shit. It just doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense. So anyway, but I'll play his video. He's supposed to be some sort of fact and figure guy on the economy. Some kind of Republican nut, apparently, or libertarian shit fuck. So I figured it'd be worth, yeah, it might be worth playing one of his videos. He's such an arrogant fuck.
Hey everyone, FederalistFilms here.
Yeah, fuck you.
This is a topic that's been annoying me now for probably, well, the past few years. And annoying is probably not strong enough.
Yeah, let's get to it already.
I tend to go apoplectic with rage.
Whatever, let's get to it.
But this topic has picked up steam in the past, half a year or so.
Oh,
due to the government
please.
almost shutting down due to their inability to pass a budget, and now with the debt ceiling crisis that we're 10 days away from fiscal Armageddon if they don't raise it, which who knows at this point. The topic has come up a bit more, and this is basically. The topic is the government's budget, deficit, taxation rates, etc.
Yeah, good. Let's get to it.
Now, there are two things I hear, unfortunately, quite often.
Please.
That are just utterly retarded.
Let's go.
That's the best way I
Let's
can
go.
really
Let's go.
The first is this idea that military spending is really the worst part of government spending,
Alright, yeah, worst part in that it is the most unproductive thing possible. Right? Building things, spending a huge amount of money, big giant boaty things and missile things to blow shit up that has to be rebuilt again is really, really, really dumb. Okay, it's incredibly unproductive to blow stuff up and then rebuild it again. That's called retarded. It's the worst kind of preposterous, nonsensical waste. Even worse than the Egypt's pyramids. I mean, the pyramids were colossally dumb, okay? But they didn't blow up. They didn't force you to rebuild your roads and rebuild your canals and rebuild your hospitals and rebuild your whole infrastructure. So at least they weren't that fucking insane. Jesus. So yeah, military spending sucks.
If you're talking about spending cuts, the only thing you need to do is cut military spending, and that will fix the problem. People won't talk about entitlement cuts, they'll only talk about the military.
Oh, that's such a crock of shit. So I don't know who you're quoting here. So who are you quoting? Who says fixing the military is the only problem? It's a big, giant ton of fucking money, though, buddy. I mean, just imagine if you took all the money spent on aircraft carriers and all this crap and missile defense systems that are a complete fucking lie, even recited by the CIA, pointing out it's complete nonsense. And yeah, the only reason why we're doing it is because, yeah, it's free money. That's it. It's free fucking money for rich people. You fucking dumb cunt. No value whatsoever. A complete sham. Alright, that's all it is. And yeah, if you took that money, you tell me, how many fucking Hoover Dams could you build with $2 trillion fucking dollars? $2 trillion fucking dollars wasted on nothing. How many Hoover Dams could you build with that? Fuck nut.
And I hear this quite a bit from people who don't know what they're talking about and have probably never even
blah 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 blah. You snarky little fuck.
Spending of the United States.
Blah 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 blah.
The second one I hear quite often is that Medicare and Medicaid don't contribute to the government's deficit. Now, I will try and address these now.
Oh, we are not going to come close. Yeah, the truth is that it's been financed by payroll taxpayers, so they paid for it in advance. Okay? Not later, not on a credit card, not some other time. No, the money was taken out of their paycheck. They never even saw the fucking money. They paid it in advance. And what did happen to that fucking money? It was borrowed by the richest motherfuckers in the goddamn world so they could have their taxes cut. $2 trillion just stolen from payroll taxpayers and given to a bunch of rich fucks so they can invest the money in a fake stock market and make huge goddamn fucking profits on the back of people who worked for the goddamn fucking money. Because of dumb fucking ignorant twat cunts like you.
And then talk about this problem in detail. For the first one, the military, that all we really need to worry about is cutting military expenditures. For 2010, government expenditures accounted for 24% of the country's GDP.
Oh, this is bullshit, okay? Again, it's not about GDP, it's about who pays in and what percentage of their income are they paying and what productivity are we getting in return for the payment. Dumb twat.
Whereas government revenue, taxes paid to the government were 15% of GDP, meaning there's about a 9% gap there. Now, the U.S. spends about 4.7% of its GDP on defense-related things. So that's not just the baseline DoD budget. That includes intel agencies. That includes the wars in Iraq.
Oh, well, you're going by GDP and taking a percentage. It's just, again, it's a crock of shit. The whole GDP is a crock of fucking shit. Okay? GDP is a lie. GDP counts future contracts on future labor. GDP counts IOUs that can never, ever be paid. So GDP is a big, fat, fucking lie.
Afghanistan, that includes everything we do that's defense related. Everything. So even if you got rid of that 4.7%, let's just round the numbers, you're still at 19% of GDP's expenditures compared to 50% in terms of tax revenue. Now, I'm pretty sure even if you allowed the tax cuts to expire, that would not make up for the revenue loss. You would still be kind of down in the tank a bit. The problem with this is...
Well, this is precise statistics? This is like overwhelming information? No, that's pretty fucking lame. So why don't you tell us if we had a rational inheritance tax, okay, that didn't allow people to give away, basically trillions of dollars for free, what that would mean in terms of the revenues coming into the government. And if we had a capital gains tax that was somewhere around what workers are paying in terms of percentage of tax, what that would mean in terms of revenues into the fucking federal government. And you know what it would mean? I mean, it's basically $1 trillion fucking dollars a year, okay? The Reagan tax cuts are $1 trillion fucking dollars a year that the government is not collecting.
I'm pretty sure the economy would take a dive if all of a sudden we weren't spending any money on the military. I'm also sure there would be...
what a pile of shit, right? So if we don't spend the money on the military, that means we're not going to spend it anywhere else. That means nothing else will ever happen ever again. Those workers, those military people will not be put to work doing anything else. There's no other work to be done in the world except for blowing shit up with very expensive armaments with military people that have goddamn suits of armor that cost at least, $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 per fucking soldier just to keep them from getting their brains blown off or their limbs blown off. I mean, it's hugely expensive. You don't think that money and those workers could be applied to some other project? There's no other project that needs to get goddamn done in the world except blow shit up and kill people.
A few problems that would arise in the world now that the United States did not have a military, was not patrolling sea lanes, keeping certain countries safe, maintaining balance of power.
Oh, what a fucking canard. Balance of power? Yeah, we should defend people. That's what we should goddamn do, okay? Innocent victims we should goddamn defend. Aggressive assholes we should say, fuck you, get what you goddamn deserve. We sat back and watched Iraq and Iran kick the shit out of each other. Yeah, because we were selling arms to both fucking sides. Alright? There's nothing honorable about a goddamn thing we have ever done in the goddamn world, except maybe Kosovo and all that kind of crap. But yeah, it may be a little bit in that Somalia shit, Okay, but the rest of it is all mercenary motherfucking bullshit. We're just there to steal the goddamn resources or steal the money or steal the future, and there's nothing else we're there to goddamn do, and it's all a big fat fucking lie, and Libya fucking goddamn proves it, because all we're doing over there is buying mercenaries. Why don't we allow people to do that in this country? Why don't we make it legal to pay people to shoot Republicans? Why don't we goddamn do that? Because that's all we goddamn did in Libya. We just took a big pile of money over there and said, we want a fucking army to fight against the fucking Gaddafi. And we'll give you money. And then we'll give you a pirate's contract and say, you get to have a piece of the booty and the goodies when we win. If your side wins, we'll give you a fucking cut. That's all it is. It's goddamn mercenary pirating. You fucking dumb cunt.
Regions, not to mention the 3 million people who would suddenly, including, staff, who would suddenly be out of a job. I think there'd be
Oh, well, I guess. Like, again, we can't find any other work for them to do and at a more productive, civilized wage where we don't have to pay $9 trillion in benefits to these motherfuckers so they'll sell their soul to go shoot people they don't even fucking know, who they have no reason to hate. Yeah, I mean, fuck you, Vietnam fucking jackass motherfucking cunt bastard. You should have your fucking goddamn ass on fire. You should get napalmed, you motherfucker.
Of an issue there. Now, what makes this even better is that, other than people like you, Jean Flipper, I've not really heard anyone argue that the United States should completely cut military spending. So...
Well, I don't know. Did Ben say that? They should cut the military budget to zero? We should just completely disarm? Or, why should we spend money on a military for purposes that have nothing to do with defense? They have nothing to do with defending honorable citizens of the world. That should be our goddamn mission, to defend honorable citizens of the world. And if we're doing something the fuck else, then we're fucking goddamn doing the wrong thing, and we're spending the money on the wrong thing. And goddamn, there's no fucking excuse for wasting $2 trillion fucking dollars on the stupid wars we've had. These are dumb wars where we haven't made huge progress for the people. What have the people got? They got shit. They got killed or they got thrown into the stone fucking age. I mean, the average Iraqi isn't going to be more civilized after this fucking fiasco, you dumb shit. He's going to be more ignorant, more religious, and have more fucking goddamn babies, thanks to your fucking fucktarded, idiotic goddamn, oh yeah, well, military spending is fun for everyone.
I mean, even if you drastically cut military spending, like reduce the percent as a percentage of GDP, reduce it by 1%, which would be a pretty big cut.
Yeah, why don't you reduce it by like 70%, all right? We got a ton of boats, we got a ton of planes, we got a ton of goddamn shit, all right? We've got a military that is so fucking overkill compared to the rest of the goddamn world. It's insanely... I mean, we've got more military than the rest of the fucking world combined, if you want to speak the goddamn real truth here. And it's all a bunch of redundant bullshit. It's all a big, heavy, fat, wasteful pig military.
You still wouldn't really be solving any of the problems. If you actually look at what we spend on, I'm sorry, the entitlement programs, the mandatory spending, that happens regardless of whether or not the country...
Now, there's no even point in saying something like entitlement programs. What the fuck do you mean by entitlement programs? Okay, so you mean disability, you mean, widows and such, orphans and such. So let's cut it down to the ones you're bigoted against, apparently. It's them darkies that you don't want to pay the welfare check to? Yeah, well, guess what? You got to fix that problem, okay? You're not going to avoid the expense of it by saying, well, let them die in the street, right? Is that going to work? I mean, in Somalia now, they're leaving their kids on the side of the fucking road. You want in America where people leave their kids on the side of the road, just leave them in a cardboard box, and you're not going to do anything about it? You're not going to spend any money to save that kid? Oh, fuck you. We need rational policy that encourages poor people not to have motherfucking kids. That's what we goddamn need. But you're not going to fix the problem by just saying, don't spend the money, asshole. That's not going to fix the fucking problem, douchebag.
This is a budget or not. That spending accounts for far more. That's Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and the debt servicing the debt interest.
Oh, so now that's an entitlement program, servicing the motherfucking cunt debt that was created by the rich, bailing out on their tax responsibility and basically just borrowing the fucking goddamn money and handing the IOU to the workers to the future, right? I didn't sign off on any of that debt shit, okay? That was their fucking goddamn plan. No, don't call that an entitlement program. Why don't you? Yeah, bullshit lumping that in, fucker.
Like, now the second thing I mentioned was this idea that Medicare and Medicaid won't contribute to the deficit. Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, but the deficit basically comes about as the United States spends more money than it actually has. And since we have to spend money on Medicare and Medicaid, and we do not have this money...
Oh, see, this guy, I don't even know why, Obama Flipper, why the fuck are you saying this guy has facts and figures? Why are you saying he has any kind of rational brain at all? He obviously doesn't know a motherfucking thing about how the federal government is financed. There's a thing called income tax, and then there's a thing called payroll taxes. They pay for different things. Social Security was paid for until 2020 or some number about. It was 2030 actually, but it wasn't until we fucked the economy that it became 2020, and we employed all these goddamn people too, which also creates a problem. And everybody in the fucking country is getting disabled. But that's a whole nother. Let's not even go in. Let's not even go the fuck there. The point is, it's still paying for its goddamn self, and it's got a $2 trillion trust fund that it still is owed by income taxpayers who got a huge tax break that created the entire fucking motherfucking deficit. So again, you cannot sit there and say, well, I'm just going to throw those things into this category. Something that was paid for in advance by payroll taxpayers who got fucked by a Democrat 25 years ago. Whatever his fucking fat ass was in the goddamn Congress, who, got in cahoots with Reagan and the rest of these fuckers and increased payroll taxes to finance Social Security and Medicare way into the future. Right, so the rich could get a huge goddamn tax cut financed on the backs of the workers. You motherfucking dumbass. You don't know shit about the economy.
We have to borrow it. So it contributes because we have to spend money on it. I'm not sure how this escapes people.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're not sure how it escaped. Did it escape you that there was a thing called fucking tax cuts for the last fucking 4 decades, you dumb shit, 3 decades? Right? You think revenues dropped by magic? No, revenues dropped because we gave fucking goddamn tax breaks to the richest motherfuckers in the goddamn world and their disgusting putrid spawn. We gave a bunch of assholes who never did a day's work in their motherfucking life huge, gigantic fucking freeloader tax breaks. You want to talk about welfare? You want to talk about a disgusting, grotesque entitlement program? Well, nothing is fucking more disgusting than an entitlement program that gives people's fucking goddamn blue blood rights. Gives them a right to something because because they fell out of the right vagina, right? So I have the entitlement to control you, to be your employer, to control your economy, to take my free lunch, free ride on your motherfucking back because I fell out of a vagina. Fuck you.
And I really, when I hear people make these arguments, that all we really need to cut is defense expenditures, or all we need to do is cut defense expenditures because Medicare and Medicaid don't contribute to the deficit, or something like that. My only
well, look, Medicare's in trouble, Social Security's in trouble. They're all programs that will have to take a nip, okay? But the fact of the matter is you gain another 10 years if you just take 1 year off the retirement age. Okay, so I mean, there's simple fixes that don't require tax increases or huge changes in funding. Okay, yeah, it's a bummer for the goddamn retirees. It's going to fucking suck. But this is just the facts of fucking life. The program has to either finance itself or not. All right, or we just bail on it and just create some sort of, national pension program or whatever you want to fucking call it.
Response is you are as absolutely ignorant and retarded as Tea Partiers and right-wing conservatives here in the United States who think that you can fix the deficit problem by just cutting government expenditures and not raising taxes, and cutting programs like the National Endowment for the Arts and NPR will somehow have any effect on the deficit. they see.
Well, look, newsflash, Bubba. You cannot cut entitlements, all right? Because it's just like that emergency room scenario. Unless you got the balls, all right, to start killing kids, how the fuck are you going to do it, Einstein? What's your fucking plan, douchebag?
To have this idea. Both of those sets of ideas, the crazy right-wing one and the Medicare and Medicaid don't contribute to the deficit, etc., those two ideas are equally stupid.
Oh, I'm afraid not. I mean, again, you're just not going to pay any attention to the fact that Medicare is paid for, that Social Security is paid for. Medicaid has always been kind of tricky. Medicare is, Medicaid is fudgy. But the point is the real deficit is an income taxpayer deficit. It is income taxpayers who haven't paid their taxes, you dumb shit. They created the deficit, you dumb shit. Payroll taxpayers haven't been putting it on the credit card. They've been paying out of their fucking wages every fucking goddamn week for the last 40 fucking years, just so a bunch of rich motherfuckers could take their tax money and invest it in the goddamn stock market, make huge profits, and pay 15% tax on it, while the working fuck sweating is paying 35%. Yeah, fuck you.
I'm sorry, but everything is one. Everything needs to be on the table. Tax cuts, tax hikes, military cuts. And especially the entitlement cuts, because...
well, let's see. I don't think Ujama Flipper has any problem with tax increases. I don't think he has any problem with cutting bullshit out of budgets, other bullshit. All right, but this idea again that you're gonna fix your problem by somehow, let's just stop them welfare bitches from riding them Cadillacs. Well, guess what? Go find one of those. All right, let's find out how many exactly of those there are. All right, because I'm going to tell you, you start cutting entitlements, you're going to hurt people so fucking fast. All right, it's not going to take much of a goddamn cut to start putting real pain on people, jackass.
Now, this is where it gets fun, and obviously by fun, I mean incredibly scary. And if people would actually bother to just read up on this stuff, they might understand why, yes.
Oh, yeah, what? Read what? Atlas Shrugged? Adam Smith's Invisible Hand of Fun Gucci Gucci? Oh, fuck you.
We are going to need to cut entitlements and raise taxes. Or, well, what the Debt Commission wants to do is cut taxes, but eliminate all of the loopholes and tax benefits, which would actually get you more money through revenue. So let me just read you a little bit here from the Debt Commission.
Oh, blatty, 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 blatty. Yeah, the Debt Commission, the same commission that hasn't solved any problems ever for the whole history of mankind, right? Okay, fine. But look, you're still going to keep arguing like cut entitlements. Why don't you give us a point by point in the budget what programs you would cut? Let's see your entitlement list, and let's see exactly how many billions of dollars per year you're going to actually be able to cut out of entitlements without basically saying, let the fucker die.
There's a handy little, if I don't have it open, but if you go to, I can't really show you it either, but if you go to page, I'm going to link you to the PDF. If you go to page 11 of the PDF, it'll actually show you debt as a percent of GDP. And the baseline scenario that the CBO uses puts us at about slightly over 80% of GDP by 2040. Unfortunately, this does not account for things that are pretty much things that are almost certain to happen, such as continuing the alternative minimum tax patches, the Medicare doctor fix, keeping the tax rates the same. All of these things are not included in this, which would put us at about 200% of GDP as debt by about 2036. So
yeah, but that's right. The whole thing is fuckered, okay? And it's going to be fuckered long before you get to 2036, okay? It's going to happen in about 36 minutes, 36 hours, 36 weeks. It's happening soon, motherfucker. So it's a game over anyway. So this whole fucking conversation is academic because there's a whole big pile. You fucker, it's this simple. All right? There's a pie of stuff in the world. All right? And it's got 10 slices, let's say, in it. And we basically have paper out there that says we need 50 slices. Okay, so somebody's paper has to turn to shit. Okay, there's only going to be 10 slices doled out. And so all those people are going to have to fight over whose paper gets turned into shit. Who don't get a fucking slice. And the bottom line is there's only really two players here. There's workers and there's owners. And so it's either the owners die, okay, the workers kill them, and then, hey, they say, hey, we're free, we're free. The slaves either say, fuck you to the owners, or the people are going to have to work for 10 cents an hour for about 15 years to pay back the debt. That's the way it works. That's the only two. This is the only way it's going to work, okay? Because the slices are labor, and that's it. That's what the contract's for. We owe 50 years of labor at a real wage, and 10 years of labor at a slave wage. And so you tell me how it's going to get paid back, motherfucker. It ain't going to get paid back, motherfucker. The rich goddamn assholes have been paying no taxes on their goddamn interest ownership. They be the freeloaders, the welfare goddamn legacy wealth motherfuckers. Alright, are the ones that cause this whole entire fucking problem. They are the blight on the fucking human race. The fucking pricks you're defending.
Bit of a discrepancy there. But that probably doesn't mean anything to you guys, really. So let's, let me just read you a little passage.
Blah, 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 blah. Let's get to it already.
Over the long run, as the baby boomers retire and healthcare costs continue to grow, the situation will become far worse. By 2025, revenue will be able to finance only interest payments, Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. Every other governmental activity, from national defense and homeland security to transportation...
Yeah, right, and if we increase taxes on the richest people in the world by 50 or 70 or even 90%, problem solved. No problem whatsoever. So if we tell the rich they can't have 2 yachts, or we tell McCain he can only have 3 houses, not 10, we make a few tiny little inconvenient cuts in their luxury lifestyle. Okay, they can't have, 900 million square feet of marble in their house. They can only have 458 square feet. Yeah, we cut them way back. They can only have the guy come and trim their bushes every 2 months, not every 2 days. Yeah, they can only have a $2 million birthday party. They can't have a $25 million birthday party. Yeah, so we cut them back a little bit. Yeah, we'll crucify the poor rich. Then all those problems go away. Yeah, magic.
And energy will have to be paid for with borrowed money. Debt held by the public will outstrip the entire American economy, growing to as much as...
Well, this is just stupid. It's never going to get there, okay? Because obviously the currency wouldn't be worth shit, and nobody will work for a goddamn US dollar anymore, because it won't be worth anything.
185% of GDP by 2035. Interest on the debt could rise to nearly $1 trillion by 2020.
Well, whatever. All this would not gonna goddamn happen, but it wouldn't matter because nobody would buy the fucking bonds. Who's gonna buy a bond from a country where all littered with resentful, angry, pissed off trailer trash with guns? You gonna buy their fucking debt? You think that fucking guy is gonna pay you the fuck back? Especially if you're a Chinese guy or something. You think that fucking guy is gonna pay you the fuck back? No, they're gonna figure out pretty damn quick, hey, I ain't buying that shit. No way. I mean, I might as well go buy myself a train wreck. I don't need to sit there and I can buy my own train wreck.
These mandatory payments, which buy absolutely no goods or services, will squeeze out funding for all other priorities. Federal debt this high is unsustainable. It will drive up interest rates for all borrowers, businesses, and individuals, and curtail economic growth by crowding out...
Oh, this all doesn't matter. The point is debt never gets paid. We never paid for World War II. That's the problem, okay? It's inevitable. It's got to be resolved. There's got to be a debt jubilee thing, so it has to crash, because that's the only way you can clean up this stupid, nonsensical mess. And it shouldn't be the only way, but it's going to be the only way. The simple way is to, just point your fucking military-industrial complex right at Cheney's nuts and say, give me back the fucking money, you cunt.
Investment, by making it more expensive for entrepreneurs and businesses to raise capital, innovate, and create jobs, Rising debt could reduce per capita GDP.
Blah, 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 blah. Create jobs. Another fucking goddamn lie. Okay? Demand creates jobs. We don't need these fucking rich cunts to create no fucking jobs. If there's demand for something, people will do the work to create the product or service to satisfy the goddamn demand. We don't need these rich fucking Enron creating, scheming, wheeling, dealing, stockbrokering, how big a fucking, free ride, cunt, usury, interest, profit can we suck out of every goddamn drop, every goddamn human activity. We don't need these fucking leeches.
Each American's share of the nation's economy by as much as 15% by 2035. Now, I think a 15% drop of, GDP per capita would be pretty horrific, considering rising costs and things like healthcare that are just expected just to keep rising.
Well, yeah, no, it's not going to matter. It's not going to keep rising. You want to know why? Because there's not going to be any buyers at all. Okay, the government isn't going to be able to finance it because it's going to have no fucking money. And even if it does have money coming in, the money's not going to be worth anything anymore. It's not going to be able to pay anybody with this fucking shit money. Okay, so nobody is going to do any goddamn work unless you can give them something of real fucking value. And nobody, most of these people you're talking about that now are using the healthcare system because they do get it subsidized by the government, aren't going to be able to afford a healthcare system that the fucking government isn't subsidizing, right? So there ain't going to be no patient, and there ain't going to be no fucking doctor, and there ain't going to be no fucking nurse, and there ain't going to be no fucking anything. The whole system is going to fucking fall apart because nobody can finance it. Because the only way it gets financed now is we have to have a landlord. We have to have a rich guy who takes his profit on every fucking exchange. And when the rich guy leaves, we're going to have to rebuild that infrastructure because he's the one gluing it together now because we bought some shitty goddamn glue. We bought ape butt glue. I mean, it was just the fucking dumbest goddamn fucking idiotic scenario we set ourselves up in is this fucking idea that we're going to rent a life from these motherfucking cunt rich fuckers. So yeah, they've rented us a life. Now they're going to evict us from the goddamn house and we're going to have to go out and start the fuck over because they're not going to allow us to buy our goddamn house. They're going to say, no, I want to make a profit. I got to make a profit. I got to make a profit. And as long as they keep saying, I want my full slice, they're going to want their full fucking slice. And they can't get a full fucking slice because there ain't enough fucking slices. And so rather than take a half a slice, they're going to say, fuck you, get out of my house. And even though the house is going to fall apart and fall into a hole in the ground, they're not going to give a goddamn because they're going to say, no, it's mine and I want a profit on it. Because they're motherfucking cunt selfish bastards, and we should have just pitchforked all these motherfucking rich cunt bastards and all their little fucking troll, little fucking jackass motherfucking, what do you call those little elves? They're little fucking evil elves. You look like an evil elf. A little evil elf for the motherfucking cunt rich bastard fuckers.
There's another passage here I wanted to look up. Ah, yes. If we do not act soon to reassure the markets, the risk of a crisis will increase, and the options available to avert or remedy the crisis...
Reassure the markets? This is just the most idiotic notion in the world. The only thing that's going to reinsure the markets is that they are building lots of chains, okay, for the slaves. That's the only way you can reassure the markets. The only way this debt can be paid back is you're going to have to enslave the workers. You're going to have to make people work for $1 a fucking day. That's the only way you're going to reassure the fucking markets, because that's the only way the goddamn debt can be paid the fuck back. Until you point your motherfucking military-industrial complex right at Bill Gates' fucking nuts and tell him, give us the fucking money back.
If narrow and become more stringent. If we wait 10 years, CBO projects our economy could shrink by as much as 2%, and spending cuts and tax increases needed to plug the hole can nearly double what is needed today. Continued inaction is not a viable option, and not an acceptable course for a responsible government. So, okay, we need to raise taxes, this is clear. Tax rate, we need to get more revenue from taxes, be that through a tax raise or through cutting a lot of the loopholes. We need to get more revenue, but we also need to drastically cut spending. Another fun thing, and this is from 2008.
Yeah, drastically cut spending. Again, what spending are you going to drastically cut? Well, let's cut the post office. Okay, so let's only get mail 2 days a week. All right, there's something. That's something. Okay, where else can we cut spending? Okay, let's not give food to poor people. Well, then we'll have to watch them die. Well, that's no good. No, we can't do that. And it'll cost us a lot of money, too, because they'll probably die in some horrible way, or they'll probably become criminals and they'll bash over the head and steal our fucking money. Oh, yeah, that really won't work. What's your fucking plan, asshole? Explain to me what you're going to cut, okay? If you say the word cut, explain the fucking cut.
By the way, before the economy really started hitting the, crapper, if I'm reading this graph right, which I'll also link you to, it's from the GAO, but I found it easier to link with on Wikipedia that I'll link you to. Growth in constant dollars from 2007 to 2032. GDP in that time frame will grow by about 71%. Social Security spending will grow by about 127%. And Medicaid and Medicare will grow by over 224%.
Right, yeah, right.